Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I am going to teach you how to pass a preschool teacher interview. And more importantly, I'm going to give you some great tips to make you the standout candidate during your preschool teacher interview, and I will also give you a number of interview questions and top scoring answers to help you prepare effectively. Now, before I get into the tutorial, a very warm welcome. My name is Richard McMunn. That's me there in the centre, and I've been helping people for about 20 years now to pass their interviews, and I always do that by giving you top scoring, unique answers you can't find anywhere else. Please do make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the button below the video, and then you won't miss out on any of the interview training videos that I am uploading. We have about 220,000 subscribers now within this community, and lots of you are passing your job interviews as a result of the videos. Please do also like the video. I would appreciate that, because that always shows me that you enjoy the content, and therefore it motivates me to create more for you. Okay, let's get into those preschool teacher interview questions and top scoring answers. So I'm going to put the question up on the screen. I am then going to give you 3 important tips on how I think you should answer the question, and then I will give you the suggested answer. So the first interview question I want you to prepare for is, tell me about yourself and why you want to become a preschool teacher. So 3 tips. First of all, when you answer this question, make sure you refer to the important qualities that are needed to be a competent and professional preschool teacher. This is very, very important. The majority of candidates will just go off and say what they like, what they do outside of work, how they approach their teaching, but you're going to be different. You are going to refer to the qualities that are needed and demonstrate that you have them in your answer. The second important tip is to tell the interview panel how passionate you are about teaching, and also how hard you have been working towards achieving your goal of being a preschool teacher. Now, obviously, to be effective as a preschool teacher, you need lots of patience, you need lots of energy, and you have to be creative in your lesson plans and the delivery of those lesson plans. Now, also make reference to the fact that you fully understand the level of responsibility that comes with being a preschool teacher, because children are at that age where they are highly influential, and you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders to help teach them, support them, and develop them. So here is my answer to the interview question. Tell me about yourself and why you want to become a preschool teacher. Here we go. Having studied the job description of a preschool teacher, I feel strongly I have the necessary organisational and planning qualities to excel in the role. I also have the patience, the communication capabilities, the energy levels, and the motivational techniques needed to help the children learn, thrive, and develop during these very important years of their lives. Now, I want to be a preschool teacher because it is a job I've been working towards for a number of years now. Teaching is a huge passion of mine, and I want a teaching role where I can make a big difference to the children I work with through my unique and supportive style of teaching. Now, I understand there comes a huge amount of responsibility with the role of a preschool teacher, and I'm very much looking forward to the challenge the job presents if I'm successful today at the interview. So that is a well-organised answer. It follows those 3 tips that I gave you right at the beginning, and that will make you the standout candidate. Okay, let's have a look at the second question of your preschool teacher interview. Tell me the reasons why you've chosen preschool teaching as a profession. Now, some people will choose it for the money, or they would choose it just because they want a job and they're not too bothered, or it's in the local area. Now, that is not the kind of answer to give. You need to demonstrate really strong reasons why you've chosen this profession. And they will ask this question because they want to understand how seriously you take the role. As I said at the beginning, this is a highly responsible position, and you have a lot of ability to influence. So 3 tips for answering the question. Tell me the reasons why you've chosen preschool teaching as a profession. Tip number 1, demonstrate you have thought carefully about becoming a preschool teacher and that you have carried out your own research into the role. Tip number 2, give a specific number of reasons why you've chosen this as a profession. In my opinion, 3 is a really good number to use. So you can say, There are three specific reasons why I've chosen this profession. That shows that you've really thought about this carefully instead of sitting there and just, plucking out of thin air a couple of reasons why. Use three reasons, and I will give you some good reasons in a second. Tip number 3, then give 3 reasons that are a match for the core responsibilities of the role of a preschool teacher. So I'll give those to you right now. Here is my suggested answer to this interview question. Before setting my heart on becoming a preschool teacher, I considered carefully the role, what I would need to do on a daily basis, and also the commitment that is needed. And after looking into the position and also speaking to other preschool teachers within the profession, I knew it was the only job I wanted to do. Now, I chose the job of a preschool teacher for 3 reasons. The first reason is I will get to have a big impact on the children I'm working with. I enjoy responsibility in my work, and I would get tremendous job satisfaction from seeing the impact my teaching has on children's lives. The second reason is I want a teaching position where you have to adapt your style of teaching to get your message across. All children are different in how they learn, and while some will be easy to support and teach, others will require a different method. Now, that is a challenge I will very much enjoy. Finally, I chose preschool teaching because I am naturally a very patient person. To be effective as a preschool teacher, you need an abundance of patience, and this is something I have already. So that is an in-depth answer. I like it because it shows that you've really thought carefully about why you want to be a preschool teacher. And more importantly, that kind of answer comes across as being passionate. You're really passionate about the role. I've got plenty of questions to run through. I hope you are enjoying this. Don't forget to subscribe, please, and give the video a like if you are enjoying it. And if you have any questions, you can always stick them in the comment section below this video. Okay, next question of your preschool teacher interview. How do you define success in your work as a preschool teacher? This is quite a tricky question to answer. We need to give the interview panel what they are looking for in your response. So 3 tips for answering the question, how do you define success in your work as a preschool teacher? Tip number 1. Now, there are 5 great ways to define success in preschool teaching. I will give you those in a second, but there are 5 really good ways to define success. Number 2, focus on the child's development as the core driver for success within your job as a preschool teacher. And number 3, don't forget to mention the discussions you would have with the children's parents as a gauge for how successful your work is as a preschool teacher, because obviously the parents are also a very important part of a child's development. So here is my suggested answer to the interview question, how do you define success in your work as a preschool teacher? Here we go. I define success as a preschool teacher in 5 ways. The first way is how the children react to my teaching. If I see them reacting positively, I know I am part way to achieving my school's goals. The second way is by seeing them make consistent progress as the months develop. Thirdly, I define success by the children being happy, and when I can clearly see them developing good manners and important life skills, again, I know I am making a positive impact. The fourth way in which I define success is how I utilise different creative methods to achieve my teaching goals. So if a child responds positively to one of my teaching methods, again, I know I am making progress. But finally, I define success through the conversations I have with parents and the feedback I receive from them. Obviously, the parents are a very important part of a preschool teacher's work, and I always keep them informed and regularly updated. Again, I love the fact that you are giving a set number of ways that you define success. It shows that you really know your role as a preschool teacher. You know what success is. But again, it's not about you as an individual, about you progressing in the school or getting feedback from other teachers. It's about the child and the parent, and that is one of the most important things. Next question of your preschool teacher interview. Tell me how you'd handle behavioural issues in the classroom. So tell me how you'd handle behavioural issues in the classroom. Now, obviously, as a teacher, this is going to happen. It's all part and parcel of the job. So here's 3 important tips for answering this question successfully. Think of innovative ways to handle and overcome behavioural issues. Don't see them as something negative. Just see them as, just part of the role. This is all part of a child's development. You might say that this is actually one of the most rewarding aspects of a preschool teacher's role, and that you enjoy using creative ways to keep the children positive and engaged. Now, once again, don't forget to involve the parents in any challenging behavioural issues and always follow the school's protocol and guidelines. So here is my suggested answer to the interview question. Tell me how you'd handle behavioural issues in the classroom. Here we go. I would, first and foremost, always praise good behaviour whilst ignoring negative behaviour to a point. This would serve to help teach the child the fact that positive, good behaviour will gain my attention and praise. Other methods I would utilise to handle behavioural issues include using positive language whilst communicating with the children, using a classroom reward chart for positive behaviour, and also considering the creation of a visual day schedule to focus the attention of the child on what we would be doing throughout the day. Now, in my experience, negative or disruptive behaviour can sometimes derive from a child not being able to carry out activities they enjoy. So by having a visual schedule to focus on, they will be able to see that certain more enjoyable activities will be featuring at some stage during the day's lesson. Now, finally, I think, again, it's really important to take a note of continuous negative behaviour and to also communicate that with the parents. You have to involve the parents throughout the development process, which will in turn obviously encourage positive habits and behaviours. That shows that you really understand what behavioural issues are. To you, it's not a problem, and you can overcome them quite easily by utilising a number of different methods based on the child's specific behaviour. But again, at the end, you are mentioning how important it is to involve the parents. Next question, what skills and qualities are needed to be a great preschool teacher? Now, I don't need to give you any tips to answer this because you will already know what they are. However, here is my full list of great skills and qualities to be a preschool teacher. In my opinion, you need 8 specific skills and qualities to be a great preschool teacher. These include a thorough understanding of your subject and a style of teaching that is applicable to the age of children you are educating. You also need to be very patient. Remain calm and always be supportive, as this is a very important period in a child's development. You need to be adaptable in terms of how you teach, as not all children learn the same way. And you also need to be a great communicator, not just in terms of how you teach the children, but also how you communicate with their parents. Finally, you have to be a brilliant organiser and planner and be able to use a creative approach to lesson plans to keep the children educated, happy, and on a continuous journey of development. So again, you'll notice that I've used a set number of skills and qualities in this situation, 8 of them, and then I've listed them and explained the reasons why they are important. Now, there's 19 preschool teacher interview questions and answers in total. If you want to download my full set, you can click the link that's appeared right there in the top right-hand corner of the video, or go through to my website, passmyinterview.com. You can download my full set. As I say, there's 19 to check out on that page. And you also have the option to download all of the answers, the ones that I've included here, or you can simply just revisit this video and take notes of the answers I have provided you with. But do check out that page, because there's 19 questions I recommend you prepare for during your preschool teacher interview. I hope you've enjoyed that. Please don't forget to subscribe. Say hi in the comments section to any questions that people put. Don't forget to subscribe. I don't want you to miss out. As I say, we've got over 220,000 subscribers within our community. Like I say, lots of you are passing your interviews as a result. Please hit the like button. Thank you very much. And I wish you all the best for passing your preschool teacher interview. Have a brilliant day. Thank you.